Would it be prudent practice for at least for a dealer who takes in a car of the same manufacturer as the dealers selling new cars to check to see if there are any recalls, in particular safety recalls on the vehicle?
Yes, if we are aware of them. If you are a Ford dealer and you bring in a trade in that is a Ford, we can check, because we're part of the Ford family, to be able to find out if there's a recall on it, and we will fix that.
And a prudent dealer would do that, wouldn't a prudent dealer?
I would say a prudent dealer of the own line make of the trade-in, yes.
So, in essence, what this bill is seeking to require is simply that instead of only checking safety recalls on same make vehicles as the dealer otherwise sells and takes in and sells on a used car basis, that the dealer would go to a database that will be provided through NHTSA to check whether cars not of a make that they otherwise sell as new vehicles have any safety recalls on them. Isn't that all this bill requires?
No, the bill does more than just that, Mr. Dickinson. This bill actually says not only do you have to, well, one, not only do you have to say if you knew or should have known of the recall of whether or not the car is being able to be sold as a certified used vehicle, but in addition, the car actually says that even if the part is not available, which happens frequently, or if there is a recall on that particular car because we are aware of it because the auto news or other media outlets has reported it, but that particular car's VIN number is in the A through M and not in the N through Z, and the manufacturers are starting with N through Z, that the parts are available for those, not the A through M. So as you can imagine, that it's much more complicated than what you are suggesting.
So is the implication of that then that a Ford dealer who takes in a Volkswagen checks the database and finds that there's a safety recall that without a certain replacement part the accelerator could stick and cause an accident, should be under no obligation, and wouldn't, as a prudent dealer, make sure that they didn't sell that car before they could make that fix?
I'm saying that our dealers would want to get if they know that the database is operational, which is a big question mark at this point. We don't know what the database is going to look like. And if we are aware that there is a particular acceleration issue on that vehicle, and we call another Volkswagen dealer to have it fixed, we would get it fixed. But that's not, the bill does way more than that, Mr. Dickinson. Telling us that, let's say that acceleration, there's a recall on that acceleration part, but that part's not yet available. For example, there's a number of Japanese made cars right now whose airbags have been recalled, yet none of the parts has been made. So what do we do with all Toyotas, Hondas, every Japanese made car? We essentially put this car.
You sell them to people? Is that what you do? You sell a car that you may be unsafe to someone?
But the part isn't available to fix. So is your suggestion, Mr.
Wait. No. Answer the question. Would you believe one of your members would sell a car that it knows is unsafe and subject to a safety recall?
No, I think the answer to that question is no. I think the problem is the no standard, is that we don't know what this database is going to look like, so we're all shooting in the dark here. We want to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at you and talk about the...
Don't worry about it. It's the arrangement here. Don't worry.
We are trying to protect customers. Carmax has no objection to what this bill is trying to accomplish. It is simply premature. I think that we have regulations coming out Sunday, as the author stated. Once we know what the database is even going to look like, we will know how we can comply. Our concern is that we're forcing a mandate, but we don't actually know what the solution looks like. We want to solve the problem. We want to make sure that every car that we sell is knowingly safe. But we don't know at this point in time. And the problem is that we don't know what the database is going to look like. We don't know